Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Hill, no good.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Here's Griffin following the basket by George Hill from the baseline. Paul for 3, and the shot is good.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
And it's Ellis penetrating. It's Hill on the wing. The dish to Miles. In the corner, George with it. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Crawford outside. The shot misses. Great defense that time from Ellis. Indiana leading by 3. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Lavoy Allen comes in for C.J. Miles. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for George Hill.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
Good D by Johnson.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Indiana leading by 4. Stuckey dishes to Ellis. Here's Budinger. Off target from outside. Kicks to Prigioni. Deep 2 from Crawford. And he knocks down the jumper. Crawford's got his second basket of the game. And a word from Chris Paul, who has a little something to say about the success of a very special ending. Of course, we know that Blake would say the exact same thing about Chris Paul. You know, Chris and Blake Griffin share so much in common when it comes to being the hardcore Clippers their owner brags about all the time.
And you think about it, Chris Paul is not easily impressed, nor is Doc Rivers, for that matter, but both of these guys have praised Griffin for how hard he's worked and how far he's come in his career.
Assist from
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Then it's Lance Stevenson. And it's Crawford. And it's Prigioni in at the point guard position.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
For the Clippers, Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Redick comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Chris Paul subbed in for Pablo Prigioni. And it's Miles missing.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Fast break. Here comes.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia slam cam replay. And Baamute can't get it to go. For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the Stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was a